Hello guys, welcome to Architecture Trends. Today we are going to learn about the image switcher example. And the image switcher example is the image switcher is a widget which is going to hold a set of images, okay, and those images are going to be dynamically changed based on the user operation performed on the screen. So this is an example I'm going to show you here. So we are going to create the same application, okay, and here I have a set of images, okay. Those images are going to be changed one after one based on the operation performed on the screen by the user. Look here, so it is going to change according to the operation performed on the user. So for that purpose we are going to create an Android Studio project, okay. So that project is going to have include a screen, okay, the main activity, and the main activity is going to contain one image switcher, okay, which is going to hold the size of the screen, right? So I am going to have a whole screen size, right? So this is my image switcher, okay, and inside the image switcher I am going to have one image view, okay, which is going to hold a set of images, the images here I am going to have is one is SRU logo, and one is Airtel logo, and one is Idea logo, and Vodafone and Jio logos. And these 5 images are going to be available in my image view. And when I'm going to click on this one, when I'm going to click on here or any other place on my whole screen, okay, it is going to change one after the other. The image switcher is going to change the image of the image view. First it is going to have an SRU, and later it is going to have the Airtel logo, and then Idea logo, and Vodafone logo, and Jio logo, and so on, so on, so on. Let us check it out with the Android example, okay. So SRU logo, and when I'm clicking on the image, when I'm clicking on the screen, it is going to change for Airtel and Idea and Geo and Vodafone. So like this, it is going to change based on the action performed on the screen by the user, okay. So for this purpose I'm going to start a new Android Studio project by clicking on this start a new Android Studio project, okay. So in which I am going to have an empty screen which is going to hold an image switcher as well as image view dynamically, okay. So empty activity I have selected, and then I'm going to have a name for my application, okay. The name I'm using here is image switcher example, okay. And here I'm going to change the file name also, image switcher example. You need not to change this one because I have changed the practice to lab, that's why it has changed, and the remaining fields I'm going to keep as it is, and clicking on finish button, okay. So the clicking on the finish button, it is going to open an Android application, okay, an Android application which is going to contain the activity underscore main.xml file as well as main activity.java file, okay. And which is going to the activity underscore main.xml file is going to contain the screen with a text view. Look here, it is a text view. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a split view and I'm going to remove this one, the text view. And I am going to add the image switcher from my XML file itself. Not I'm not going to take the help of the palette in the design option, and from the palette I will not find this image switcher because it is not a default widget. Okay, so I am going to have an image switcher, okay, which is going to ask you for enter the width and height. I'm going to have the match parent and match parent for my image switcher, okay, and it is going to occupy whole screen, but it is not going to contain any constraints. So I am going to have the constraints on the four sides, right? I have added all the constraints for my image switcher, and now it is my turn to add an image view inside this using uh, using the dynamic concept, and that can be done using the main activity.java. So here I'm going to have an image switcher, okay, so the image switcher, right, and the object I'm creating here is is, okay, and the object I'm creating here is is, and later I need to have the set of images, and the images can be added to our project by finding out the images you want to add to your project, okay, and just copy them and paste them into a folder res, which is going to contain another folder called drawable. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to have the I'm going to find out some images, okay, which are going to contain SRU, Airtel, Idea, Oda, and Geo. These 5 images, okay, and those images can be find out. They are already I have taken into the desktop, and I have kept them in a images folder. Okay, here I have Airtel, Idea, and Geo, SRU, and Vodafone. Just copy all these 5 images, copy, okay, and later move on to the Android Studio and find out the drawable folder, and in the drawable folder you just say right click and you can say paste. It will ask you to copy the specified files to the directory src slash main slash res slash drawable and say okay, and all the 5 images will be available here. And now my images are going to be available to my image switcher, okay, so that for that purpose I'm going to take the integer values, the IDs of the images I have already pasted onto my project, okay, and I make them into a array, okay, so the array is going to contain the integers, okay, the integers are nothing but here sru comma dot drawable dot airtel comma or dot drawable dot idea, okay, so I'm keeping them in a separate lines, okay, and next I'm going to have or dot drawable dot geo, okay, and I'm going to have dot tribal dot oda, okay, all the 5 images are here with me, okay, and now I'm going to have one more element called int len, which is equivalent to imgs dot length, okay, and one more image variable called counter, which is first it has been declared as -1, okay, and now my duty is to bind this image switcher object with the image switcher I have in XML file, and that can be find out with the help of a attribute called id, and the id I'm going to have here is img switcher. Okay, and here I am going to have is equal to find v by id dot id dot img switcher. Okay, and next uh, I need to set a factory for my image switcher, because as I have already told you, this image switcher is going to contain an image view. Okay, to add an image view, I am going to add an image view. I am going to use a method called okay, a method called set factory method, which is an event. Okay, and that is going to have an anonymous uh, class, anonymous interface called new view factory of view switcher. Okay, the view switcher is going to contain a view factory method, and which is going to contain and which is going to return an image view iv is equal to new image view of get application context. Okay, so I am adding an image view to my image switcher dynamically. And now my thing is to set a layout params, which is going to contain the new layout params of, for what I'm going to use here the image switcher. So I need to have an image switcher dot layout params, okay, which you are going to have the action bar, okay, action bar dot layout params dot match parent or wrap content you can take. I'm going to take here the match parent and action bar dot layout params dot match parent. Is that clear? So here I am going to have a set layout parameters. Okay, the layout parameters are nothing but how much space it has to occupy on the layout. Okay, so the parameters here I am going to have here is the image switcher layout parameters, and which is going to contain action bar layout parameters of match parent as well as match parent for my width and height. Okay, and then iv dot set scale type. Okay, the scale type I am going to use here is scale type dot fit underscore center, and which is of image view type, and here I am returning the image view. I am returning the image view. So my now my is is going to contain the image view. My is is going to contain the image view, and now my turn is to is dot set on click listener new on click listener. Okay, and here I'm going to write the code. What is the code I'm going to write here? I'm going to write the here is the counter plus plus, because it is already initiated with -1, initialized with -1. So I am first incrementing the count, and now my count value is equivalent to length. Then okay, I'm going to have the value of count is equal to 0 and is dot set image resource of imgs of cng. Okay, and else I'm going to contain is dot set image resource imgs of cng. Okay, so like this I am going to have the image switcher. Okay, and when I'm going to click on the image switcher, because it occupies whole screen, so when I'm going to click on image switcher, so it is going to change the resource of the image switcher. Here the image switcher is going to contain an image view. Okay, and that is going to be replaced with the initial picture is going to be replaced with okay, the imgs of cng. And here I have forgotten one thing. I need to take the default image called r.tribal.srq. Okay, and now my turn is to find out whether it is working properly or not. Okay, for that purpose I am clicking on either play button or shift F10. Okay, and the Gradle is going to be built. Okay, and it will take some time to complete. Okay, so my application has been built successfully. So, and installation is also have been completed. Okay, and let us check it out whether it is working properly or not. Okay, so I'm going to open my screen. Okay, and it has been okay, as we have seen, the default image for my application is okay, SRU. And when I'm going to click on the screen, okay, it is going to change its content. Okay, the Airtel, Idea, Geo, and Vodafone. Look guys, it is going to change. It will not stop anyway, because I am not using any stopper for this purpose. Where how many times you are going to click, it is going to take into the loop and it is going to display onto the screen. All right, and now the turn is 2. The turn is 2. Right, understand the concept here. Okay, if the count is equal to length, what I'm doing here, I'm making the count value as 0. That means I'm making it as loop to the first element, and it is going to be repeated forever. There is no scope to change this one. So like this, we are going to use the image switcher to change the content of the image view dynamically by understanding the event performed on the screen by the user. So this is what about the image switcher. And thank you very much guys. If you like my video, please like the video and just comment on the video. Okay, and share this video to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon of my channel. Thank you very much guys.